Hey folks, so I thought I'll do something different for this video. It's not 8-bit, it's not even remotely computer related, but it's sort of shed related anyway. This is the front gate to our house, to our garden. Let's see if I can show you briefly. This is the main front entrance to our garden, and this is the where the gate is. And well, it's falling apart. It has been for a few years now, probably a few decades, to be honest, by the looks of it. It's quite rusted. See all the rust that fell just from putting it down. And well, I need to rebuild it. So I'm going to take out all this wood. It's actually rotted at the bottom. Take it out and rebuild it. So it'll involve cutting new pieces of wood. I'm going to use that as a template, sort of like the shape. We'll see. And then treating the metal. I'm hoping this is not too far gone, that I can rust treat it and maybe salvage all, if not some, if not all of it, or rebuild whatever I need. So I'll probably have to use my MIG welder for that. I got a brand new MIG welder. It'll be a good practice job. So yeah, let's take this apart and work on the metal first, because that's going to be the one part that needs the most work. Nothing gentle about that part of the process. You can see this actually was rotted here anyway, but I'm just gonna, it's rotted here, so I'm just gonna lift those, maybe save them in order, line them here. But yeah, if this is too far gone, not even sure I'll be able to use much of it as a, come on. Stubborn fella. Yeah, I'm not actually sure I can even save much of it. Maybe just a rough guideline. Yeah, maybe. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna have to get rid of all these. I'm just gonna cut them flush. And jeez. This part here might be way beyond. Well, we'll see. I'm just gonna strip it, and I'm gonna use some gel, some rust treatment gel, and see if I can at least get it back to just black color. Ideally, well, I would eat too much of it, I suppose, the vinegar. Let's use the I have a rust treatment gel. Let's use that. Waiting for my rust gel to take effect. I have another couple of minutes. This should be on about 5 minutes. But what I did is I used a grinding pad. Sorry, so I cut all the bolts with a cutting disc, then a grinding disc. So these are about these are about this size here when you start. So I went through a whole one, put a new one there, and then I finished with this for the sort of corner and hard to reach spots. As you can see, some of it got chewed a good bit. There was I think it's on the other side. Actually, there's a lot more that got rusted, but it's fine. I can actually patch that with my MIG welder. If not, I can put just a reinforcement on both sides. But that should be very easy to fix. I didn't see any other spots like that, so I'm just gonna let the gel do its thing for another couple of minutes, and I'll rinse that off, and then I'll cover it with WD-40 because I'm gonna call it a day, and I don't want it to rust overnight. So I'll use WD-40, and we'll continue in the morning. Right, that's my welding and grinding back done. Some areas are more finished than others. You can see here, you can actually see the, come on, focus, just the weld. But for a first try at MIG welding, it's okay. It looks worse than it actually is, especially on this side, but it'll hold anyway. I'm going to cover this with just the rust paint, and then I'll actually clear coat afterwards. I'm going to put 2 coats, so I have 1 coat on each side. I'll redo the other coat and clear coat it afterwards. But while I do that, I might find a better way to put that to dry somewhere, because I need to use that to start cutting my wood here. So yeah, let's move this guy somewhere else. So I skipped a few steps here when I was cutting the wood, but essentially, there you go. This is my gate back together. It's a small gate, but these things can be expensive to buy or get done. So if you can repair them or do them yourself, even better. So these are just bolted in place. I didn't have a full set of fitting bolts, so I'll try to organize them as best as I could. Oops, this is quite heavy. Anyway, I'm gonna go back and put it in place and admire my handiwork. And there you go. You'll have to excuse the wind. It's picked up, but it's now all done. This actually was all rusted, solid. It's nice to be able to move it. And there you go, in the front. So I'm actually debating whether I should paint it now at this stage, because it's kind of nice like that. And I can get to see my house. But yeah, I might just paint it blue eventually. But it's cool, all wooden like that, and it's treated wood as well, so it should do okay in the Irish weather. But I'll probably, if I leave it like that, I'll probably just put a coat of varnish, clear varnish, just to protect it. That's all done. This took me actually a couple of days just to strip all the metal and do all my welding work. Is over there, this bottom, this whole area here and underneath was all done. You can see the patch here, and there was a couple of spots here and in the corners, but it should last now a few extra years. So there you go, folks. I hope this was of some interest. It wasn't exactly 8-bit game or computer related, but I thought I'd share my weekend of DIY with you. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Don't forget, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that sort of stuff. All the links are in the description. And if you want to help the channel, there's the Patreon account. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.